Good afternoon. Before we begin, please ensure that all cell phones and electronic devices are silenced at this time. Thank you so much for being with us here this afternoon as we celebrate the graduating class of 2023. Today is a culmination of 4 years of hard work, dedication, and fortitude. Today, we focus on our class. With that in mind, we ask that you please keep individual student celebrations to a minimum so that all students' names can be heard. Once all names have been called, I assure you we will take the appropriate amount of time to applaud our graduates. Thank you. Guests and dignitaries, please rise for our faculty, led by our Teacher of the Year, Mr. Ron Johnson, who will lead the processional of the Aiken Scholars Academy graduating class of 2023.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem led by ASA Junior Angela James. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, I would like to recognize the distinguished guests that are with us today. From Aiken County School Board, Mr. Cameron Nessel, Chair, District 9. Mr. Brian Silas, District 3. Mr. King Lawrence, Superintendent of Aiken County Public Schools. Dr. Amy Edwards, Chief Officer of Instruction. Ms. Jennifer Hart, Chief Officer of Human Resources and Administration. Dr. Corey Murphy, Chief Officer of Operations and Student Services. Mr. M.O. Traxler, Chief Financial Officer. Mr. Berkeley Postel, Assistant Superintendent for High Schools. Dr. Phyllis Gamble, Assistant Superintendent for Middle Schools. Ms. Julie Reveley, Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Schools. Mr. Eric Jeffcoat, Assistant Superintendent for Elementary Schools. Ms. Mary Glenn Piccolino, Director of Communications and Community Partnerships. In addition, we would like to thank the sponsors who made this day possible. Their names can be found in this evening's program. Each year, the graduating senior who has accumulated the second highest overall GPA is named the salutatorian. At this time, I would like to introduce the class of 2023 salutatorian, Isabella Alexandra Peralta, for the official welcome.
Good evening, honored family, friends, faculty, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the graduation of the ASA class of 2023! And to my fellow graduates, from Phoenix First to COVID and Dr. Klug, we survived. We are done, and most importantly, we are going to do big things. I am so honored to welcome all of you tonight to this history-making ceremony. However, I want to warn you that this isn't a normal graduation. Unlike normal graduations, you've been invited to do more than just sit and clap. Instead, you're here to join us on a walk down memory lane and to envision the endless possibilities that await the future of the second cohort of Aiken Scholars Academy. Tonight, we celebrate the one and only guinea pigs, experiment number 2, and the last class to fully experience the beloved Ruth Patrick Science Center. We celebrate the class whose first day of school was characterized by pictures with Ace the Pacer, and of course, his thick thighs, and the smell of smoke from a burning pencil in a microwave. But most importantly, we come together to celebrate the growth of each graduate in learning how to spread their wings. Now, before I pass the mic for our celebration to begin, I want each graduate to look in the stands. Look at all of the people who came here to support you. And I want you to think about everyone in your life who helped you to get to this point, whether by being a shoulder to cry on, someone to help you with your homework, not Google or Quizlet, hopefully, and of course, paying the necessary bills. I want you to think of everyone that was necessary for you to be here today. I know that I speak on behalf of the class when I say thank you, family and friends. We could not be in this position without you. After a journey that seems to have fluttered by in seconds, it's clear to see that graduation is no longer coming. It's here. Now, standing in front of you, I cannot believe where we are. I cannot believe that our 13-year journeys, originating from North Augusta, Wagner Sally, Jackson, Aiken, Ridge Spring, Moneta, and even Serbia, have led us to this day. Our school is not only the definition of unconventional, our class is an undeniable symbol of fate. Thank you again for being here, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2023.
Thank you, Isabella. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. King Lawrence, Superintendent of Aiken County Public School District.
Thank you, and I'm not sure I can match Izzy's excitement, but I'm gonna give it a try. Congratulations, class of 2023. You have accomplished something that you can be very proud of, and you've done it in quite an extraordinary way, and I think some of that was described for you. I am a huge fan of children's books, and anytime I get a chance, I read a children's book. I read children's books to children, obviously, but I also read them to adults, and I love reading them to graduating adults. So that's what I want to do for you today. This book is by Kobe Yamada. He's one of my favorite children's book authors. It's called Maybe. Have you ever wondered why you are here? You are the only you there ever has been or ever will be. You have so much to offer. Maybe you will invent something that no one has ever seen before. Maybe you will build things that reach high into the sky. Your life is yours. Try as many things as you can try. See as many things as you can see. Wherever you go, take your hopes, pack your dreams, and never forget it's on journeys that discoveries are made. Maybe you will help others to see the beauty in each day. Or maybe you will lift cheering crowds to their feet. Do everything with love, follow your heart, and see where it leads you. Maybe you're here to shine a light into places that have been dark for far too long. Maybe you will speak up for those who can't speak for themselves. Maybe you are here to help in ways that only you can. There will be struggles. There will be fears. It won't always be easy. At times it will feel really hard, and you might make a mess of things. You may fall down. You may fail. But you will also get back up, and you will rise a little stronger and a little taller. Because there really is more inside you than you know. And this world needs your gifts, your talents, and your big ideas. And maybe you're just getting started. What if you are only scratching the surface of what you can do and who you can be? What if you have talents you haven't discovered yet? There is something powerful, even magical, about you. You already have everything it takes to do big things. Maybe you have no idea just how good you really can be, and maybe you don't know how much you matter. But maybe, just maybe, the world has been waiting centuries for someone just like you. One thing is for sure, you are here, and because you are here, anything is possible. Aiken Scholars Academy class of 2023, you have the tools that you need. Go out and make a difference.
Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Cameron Nessel, School Board Chair.
Thank you. You know, I was talking to my teenage daughter this morning before I came over for the graduation ceremonies, and I was telling her how I was going to speak at some graduations today, and she said, "Keep it short, Dad," which I could only reply to her, "I'll try." And I will. So I'm honored to be here this evening to bring you greetings and congratulations from the Aiken County School Board. And I'm happy that we can celebrate the result of all your hard work. And you certainly have put in a lot of hard work. We're very proud of you and send best wishes on your future success. So your high school experience has been a little bit different. You signed up for more, right? Yeah, I would say you had a compressed high school experience. And you should be given a lot of congratulations to what you've done and what you've achieved. I think that a lot of you probably have big plans already, and I'm going to tell you two things. One of the things I want to tell you is if it's okay if you don't have things figured out already, all right? Don't sweat it. And I encourage you to be uncomfortable. Try different things, and I encourage you to fail. Now, I don't literally mean like fail an exam at your next college course or anything like that, but what I mean is that it's through failure and trying different things and making yourself uncomfortable that you grow and learn as a person. The other thing I thought about was that I really do believe that the strength of a nation rests with its youth. And when I look at this group, I feel pretty confident about the future of this nation. I was reading something this week, and I'm going to lift a quote out of it. It says, "As youth of America, we must awaken to our potential power. But even more, we must awaken to our responsibilities." Now, I'm not paraphrasing Uncle Ben from Spider-Man with the whole great power, great responsibilities. That was something that an 18-year-old Barbara Patterson, my mother, said in her valedictorian address to her graduating class in 1957. And it hit home with me. You guys have already achieved great things, and you're going to continue to. What I ask of you is to take on that responsibility. And what I mean by that is responsibility to get involved in your community, to give back, to build something. It's not always enough to be good. You must do good in this world, and I am sure you will. Once again, we are very, very proud of everything you've achieved, and congratulations to Aiken Scholars Academy class of 2023.
Thank you, Mr. Nessel. Each year, the senior class selects a student to provide insight to their shared experience. At this time, I would like to welcome Zephanie Joy Pamel Lees, senior class selected speaker and fellow graduate.
Over the past 4 years with you all, from our very beginning together, throwing a ball of yarn in the SAC gym, and our Phoenix Focus skits, watching people we barely know roll down the aisles of the Penland Auditorium, to our social emotional learning, hide and seek time, and of course the one event that reunited us after months of separation. Over all of these memories with everyone, I've come to firmly believe that each and every one of you, class of 2023, embodies the spirit of the Phoenix. Like the mythical creature, you are daring. Daring enough to attend a new school as only the second cohort of students and without the familiar faces you've grown up with all your life. And you're brave. Brave enough to trust Dr. Klug to hold you up in the air with just a pulley, and strong enough to be fine after he dropped you. You're resourceful. You make the most of what you have despite the circumstances. You helped organize our pep rally freshman year with cheerleaders and a band and games despite having no sports teams, no official cheer coach, and no official student director. You're fiercely supportive, loudly cheering each other on after every presentation, whether it be ping projects or for AP research, and comforting each other through the grueling journey that AP research was. You're innovative and pioneering, beginning the legacy of something as small as having rubber ducks present in every student council election, even after your absence. You're ambitious, incredibly strong-willed, and bear an admirable, insatiable desire to learn. But also like the Phoenix, you know how it feels to burn. Before a Phoenix is reborn, it goes through a painful process. Rebirth and transformation are not completed in mere seconds or steps. It begins with first catching fire, but only slightly. And most of the time, you possibly don't even feel the first flick of the flame. Do you remember when it was time for us to go, in Miss Hannah, formerly known as Miss Jacobs' words, across the parking lot? As we grew up and grew out of the Ruth Patrick Science Center, we came across new responsibilities and opportunities, such as the opportunity to do research with professors at USC Aiken, and to be leaders in our school's organizations. Whether it be doing research on zebrafish, yeast, enzymes, and brain trauma, to organizing prom, art galleries, and club exhibitions. You went from waiting for teachers to take you to Starbucks to working at Starbucks yourself. You continued your love for track and cross country all these years. You tried wrestling in your senior year, you joined lacrosse, and you went back to gymnastics. Or you even discovered your love for theater. During this time, perhaps you felt like you were juggling 1,000 different lives while being just one person. Balancing being a full-time college student and high school student, keeping up with clubs and sports at your zone schools, working your part-time job, taking care of your family, and making sure to participate at clubs at ASA. At these moments, you finally felt the toll of the heat and pressure on your body. The path became unclear as the smoke clouded your vision and you felt yourself breaking down and fizzling out, reducing to ashes. Nevertheless, each time you burnt out, you learned to pull yourself up and to begin anew. Taking the experiences and lessons that your past life taught you, you knew that the only way out was to push through. And thus, each time, you were reborn stronger and more motivated to succeed than before. Every year, and countless times a year, we experience rebirth and transformation. And it wasn't the immediate process. In the moment, it was slow and sometimes painful. And often, it happened quietly as we don't notice the changes happening. However, when you look back at the freshmen who stood in the halls of the Ruth Patrick Science Center with its recognizable shiny dome, full of nerves or nervous excitement, you may be surprised to find that the student you are now is unrecognizable to the person you were before. So, as the class of 2023, we grew together, twisting and spiraling in different directions, but alongside each other through it all. I want to remind you, Aiken Scholars Academy, class of 2023, that you are creative, resilient, and inspiring. Through the past 13, not just 4 years, you have grown and taught others to be more passionate, compassionate, empathetic, committed, loving, and understanding. And so, to our video game developers and future zoologists, our fashion designers and space medicine majors, our future engineers and future educators, take a look at how much you've grown. Look at how far you've come despite the repeated crashing, burning, and transformation. And when you look back, you should be proud of the person you've grown to be.
Thank you, Zephanie. Each year, the graduating senior who has accumulated the highest overall GPA is named the valedictorian. At this time, I would like to welcome Luca Michael Jolik, class of 2023 valedictorian.
Throughout the last 4 years, our class has endured a variety of hardships that have pushed us to the brink of losing hope in ourselves and our future. For many, the pandemic was what challenged us most. Our links to one another were weakened to the strength of our Wi-Fi. Our attention was strained by monotonous Zoom calls. Our lives were befuddled by an insidious disease. Yet, we recovered. Another hardship for most of us was likely our coursework, whether it was physics with Dr. White, Hoover's economics classes, or another grueling course. We each had our classes where we were left scrambling to protect our GPAs or keep up with the ever-increasing workload, or both. Yet, we pushed forward. For some of us, there were injuries that hindered our education and lives. Maybe it was something as simple as an electric shock, or as severe as a concussion that befell a few of us. Yet, we still soared. For all our struggles and difficulties, we have not only persevered, but we have found reasons to believe in ourselves. From our academic challenges, we have learned how to be studious college students who are prepared to learn from our strenuous exams at USC Aiken and ASA that left us restless as we weighed the outcome of months spent diligently studying. With this knowledge, we will go on to make the best of our education. From our personal struggles, we have learned to support one another and make sure none of us are left behind. When Zephanie was injured in a car accident, we came together to express our support and help her. And when students left like Seville, we made sure to demonstrate how much we would miss them. Be it sickness, injury, or even simply being absent from class, we know we will always have each other. With these lessons and the determination I have seen every day from my fellow students, I have great faith in the future of our class of 2023. Already, many of you have taken steps to become involved in your community through volunteer work and joining local organizations, such as all the work many of you put into the District 3 rally. This will only continue as you take your experiences from community service at ASA as an inspiration to further support your community. Additionally, through your education, school heritage months, and exposure to students from various backgrounds, you have become far more aware of the issues impeding those outside your immediate communities. I have no doubt that our class will will solve these issues, as I'm constantly reminded by the desire to help that you have displayed at every opportunity, such as the Walk for Ukraine and the Most Wonderful Drive. For some final words to my class, know that no matter where you go and who you become, I and everyone else in this room have hope in you. You have persevered and improved yourself, all the while you kept confidence in yourselves and your fellow classmates. To our friends and family and teachers, I wish to say this: we will do everything we can to show your hope in us is not misplaced.
Thank you, Luca. At this time, I would like to welcome Mr. Ron Johnson as we prepare for the delivery of diplomas. Fellow graduates, let us join our class.
At this time, we will deliver diplomas. Guests, we ask that all individual celebrations be held to a minimum so that as all graduates' names are announced, they can be heard by their family and friends. Thank you for your consideration in observing this special occasion. Jonathan Raymond Anderson, magna cum laude. Shay Alexander Bowl, magna cum laude. Austin Joseph Brennan, cum laude. Kennedy J. Brown, cum laude. Jalen Michael Bunch, cum laude. Alexander William Burdett, cum laude. Michelle Tanisha Dent, magna cum laude. Luca Michael Jolich, summa cum laude. Connor Leslie Insminger, summa cum laude. Kylie Marie Fonseca, summa cum laude. Amanda Christine Glenn, summa cum laude. Emily Maria Heath, summa cum laude. Seville Esther Jensen, magna cum laude. John Miller Kennewick. Bailey Grace Kirkland, summa cum laude. Reese Audrey Kirkland, summa cum laude. Carson Annalise Lackham, magna cum laude. Zephanae Joy Pamayo Liis, summa cum laude. Kara Michelle Lloyd, magna cum laude. Brandon Alexander Luther, cum laude. Laney Price Machieski, summa cum laude. Mariko Talisic Maha, summa cum laude. Ava Claudette Martinez, summa cum laude. Micah Michelle Mayo, summa cum laude. Madison Lee McCall, summa cum laude. Helen Elizabeth McLean, summa cum laude. Andrew Nathaniel McCord, summa cum laude. Gavin Christopher McGillivary. Kaya Gail McMullen, summa cum laude. Anthony Michael Nieto, summa cum laude. Emmanuel Chukwubikem Wachuku, summa cum laude. Brian Matthew Outlaw, magna cum laude. Isabella Alexandra Peralta, summa cum laude. Andrew Leon Putman. Johnny Rock Richardson. Sean Thomas Rose, cum laude. Shelton Lee Schutte, magna cum laude. Kaylee Lynn Siegler, summa cum laude. Haley Nicole Spondike. Tristan Wynn Troutman, magna cum laude. Alyssa Nicole Williams. Catherine Elizabeth Whirl, summa cum laude. Jace Stephen Wrightson, summa cum laude. Ivana Jolie Inga, summa cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present to you the graduating class of 2023.
Class of 2023, please rise. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left.
Michelle, please join your class. Okay. I don't know who organized this thing, but I'm coming after you later. We've learned to find humor in many different things at ASA. You've got to do that to survive. So the faculty has certified that these candidates have met all graduation requirements. By the power given to me, Martha Messick, principal of Aiken Scholars Academy, Mr. King Lawrence, Superintendent of Aiken County Public Schools, the Aiken County Board of Education, and by the South Carolina Department of Education, I am entitled to confer upon these graduates their high school diploma with all rights and privileges. Guests, I ask that you please stand and join the class in the singing of our alma mater, which is printed on the back of the program. ASA Junior Angela James will lead us.
This
for joining us today as we celebrate our graduates. Guests, I ask that you remain at your seats until all graduates and faculty have recessed out of the arena. We then ask our guests to exit the building to ensure preparations for the next ceremony can occur. Please join me one more time in congratulating the Aiken Scholars Academy graduating class of 2023.